My audience. Okay, my name is Virginia Edwards. I'm going to be doing a demonstration on how to make kombucha and teaching you a little bit about it. For those of you who don't know, kombucha is a fermented tea drink that is very good and happens to be very good for you. Okay, kombucha is an ancient fermented tea recipe from Northeast Asia. It is called the immortal health elixir, according to naturalnews.com, by the ancient Chinese. And it's said to have many health benefits and contains enzymes, probiotics, antioxidants, and various acids and nutrients known to produce good health. Okay, and according to foodrenegade.com, it is most commonly known for aiding in detoxification, digestion, joint health, and immune system support. And my mom agrees with these claims. And my mom's a master herbalist and has always been into making or trying out different teas or herbal concoctions to promote good health. And she's read a few books on kombucha and has been making her own for years now. And she got me into doing it, and I've been making my own ever since. And at the end of my slideshow, I have a list of websites with good information on the subject. Okay, making kombucha is a simple process that basically consists of making tea, adding sugar, adding a SCOBY or a culture, which is what this is, and I'll get into what that is in a minute, and a lot of waiting around. The first process is waiting 8 to 12 days, and then the second process is waiting 5 days while it ages in the refrigerator. Okay, this is a SCOBY. Here's a picture of it. It's also called a culture, and it's a symbiotic colony of bacteria and yeast that resembles a mushroom. That's where the name kombucha comes from. And the culture is what produces the enzymes, the acids, and the probiotics that make kombucha and make it healthy. Okay, the materials needed for making kombucha are sterilized jars. The sterilization is very important to keep other germs out. And 1 cup of sugar, 3 liters of water, about 5 tea bags. You can add more or take away, it just depends. And paper towels and rubber bands. And this is 10% starter liquid, which comes with the SCOBY, which is really important for the whole process. Okay, so now we're going to look at the first step of making the tea. Okay, so I've already had 3 liters of water that has come to a boil, and what you do is you take your sugar and you stir it in, making sure that it's not caramelized. And once the sugar is dissolved, you add your tea bags. I'm just going to throw them in there. Okay, and then you just let this sit until it is completely room temperature. Because the room temperature thing is very important. According to kombu.de, if the tea is too hot, it will kill the culture and you won't make kombucha. Okay, so the second part is you pour the room temperature tea into a glass jar, sterilized glass jar, and you add the culture. Okay, so for time purposes, I already have some room temperature tea right here, and I'm going to add the SCOBY. It's kind of hard to get out. Okay. And my hands are clean. Okay. So you add the SCOBY to your room temperature tea mix. And then you take a paper towel, put it on top to prevent fruit flies basically from getting in there. And then you would let this sit for 8 to 12 days in a dark spot without being disturbed at all. No touching it for 8 to 12 days. Okay? And once the 8 to 12 days is up, you would get your kombucha out of the cupboard, take this out, and what you would see is there would be 2 new SCOBYs, and they would be on the top of the jar, and you would take those both out. The other one grew during the fermentation process, and then what you would do is you would separate those and you'd pour the liquid after you separated it into jars with lids. And you put the lid on, make sure it's sealed tightly, and you put it in the refrigerator for 5 days. And after the 5-day aging process, your kombucha should be ready to enjoy. And what you should always do is you save one of the kombucha cultures, or the SCOBY, and you leave a little bit of liquid with it for your next batch, and you do the exact same thing. Just put it, cover it up, and put it in the cupboard in a dark room temperature place. Okay. Now that I've demonstrated the process of making kombucha tea, let us review why you should consider making your own. Kombucha is a healthy and very unique drink that you now know how to make in 4 easy steps. And if you want to try a truly unique, one-of-a-kind, ancient health elixir with the satisfaction of making it on your own, why don't you try this recipe? Okay, and here's my bibliography and the websites. And the vocabulary word I learned was glucaric acid. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yay!